You've guessed it, we're back for another episode ranking the craziest transfer rumors of the moment. From Gyökeres, who has apparently agreed the move to join Arsenal, to Luis Díaz, who's on the move to Bayern or to Barcelona, there is a lot to say for these transfer rumors. So let's dive into it. The first rumor that I've been seeing around is Oli Watkins to Manchester United, and this for me is a straight unlikely. I don't see why a player who's playing under Unai in a Villa side that has been playing Champions League football, a Villa side that will be playing Europa League football, going to Manchester United. I don't see why you would do that move, and you've got proposals from a club like Arsenal. He should have moved to Arsenal in January, but unfortunately Villa refused him the move. And why would he sort of regress and go play for Manchester United? Again, I think there is no need for him, and I'm talking on the player side, but in terms of Manchester United, that would be a great move because you would be going for a confirmed player. I've been saying it a lot recently. Manchester United need more confirmed players, not other young players and other talents. You would be gaining a player who has scored more than 15 goals in the last 8-9 seasons in English football. So for me, it would be a great move for Manchester United, but talking about player side, for me that's unlikely. What about Victor Gyökeres, the other striker on this list? Apparently he's almost, the here we go is coming soon. Fabrizio Romano apparently has agreed already the terms with Arsenal, and he's even willing to pay 2 million to join Arsenal. And look, I've been saying it this summer, Arsenal just needs a striker. We've been saying it for 2-3 last years, and whoever comes in as a striker at Arsenal will do well. I don't think that Victor Gyökeres will flop, as everyone has been saying. Yeah, there is no Portuguese striker that has succeeded in the Premier. We're talking about the guy that should be winning the Golden Boot, because he's not winning it because the goals in Portuguese league doesn't count as the goals in La Liga. This guy has been putting astronomical numbers. I think he has 98 goals in 100 appearances for Sporting. This guy is a goal machine, and again, with Zubimendi now at Arsenal at the base of the midfield, Arsenal will be creating even more chances, and you will need a number 9. So whoever Arsenal would have bought, I would have said the same thing about Benjamin Sesko. I would have said the same thing about Oli Watkins. For me, that's a perfect move because it's the player that was missing for Arteta, and this could be, well, even the transfer of the summer. What about another rumor that I've been seeing, surprisingly, for Arsenal is Ebere Eze. Apparently, Arsenal have started talks with Eze camp, and I'm a bit curious on how this would work, because we know in that number 10 position there is Martin Odegaard, who's the captain. There is a young player who's coming also through the academy, who is Ethan Nwaneri. What would mean for him? And there is also Max Donman, who's rated, and there is also Fabio Vieira, who's coming from loan again for Porto. He was very rare when he was bought, so I don't see how this move would work. Yes, Eze can play on the left wing, but his really natural position is number 10, maybe coming from that left-sided midfield, but I doubt to see how would Eze work. Would he play as a center midfield? Like, a bit curious on how this would work. Eze is a fantastic player, one of the best players in the Premier League, but for me, I think that would be a wrong move. I don't think Eze would fit in Arsenal. What about Luis Díaz? Apparently, who's on the move. He has informed Liverpool apparently that he wants to leave if Liverpool doesn't extend him. Liverpool doesn't want to extend him, and he's apparently on the move to Bayern or to Barcelona. Bayern needs a player in that wing position, with Leroy Sané leaving. Gnabry, he's past his prime. With the horrific injury of Jamal Musiala also, they'll need creativity in that attack. Is Luis Díaz a player who can feed them? I think so. I think Luis Díaz, you have seen him when he plays for Colombia, is an exceptional winger. I think what really hurts him at Liverpool is the competition with Cody Gakpo. If not, I think Luis Díaz would lock down that left wing position. And what's really missing is maybe consistency. But we've seen Luis Díaz when he came to Liverpool, he's an exceptional player. The fee that Liverpool asking, which is around 75 to 80 million, I think is unlikely for both Bayern, especially for Barcelona. So let's see it. In terms of Luis Díaz and the player and his qualities, I think that's what Bayern needs. So for me, I think that would be a great fit, and would be also nice for Liverpool if they don't want to extend him to just sell him. What about Marcus Rashford to Barcelona? Another rumor that we've been seeing for almost the whole summer, and even in January we've seen rumors linking him to Barcelona. It's his dream move. Apparently, as Fabrizio Romano has reported, Rashford only wants Barcelona. Barcelona apparently sees him as the third option behind Nico Williams, Luis Díaz, and Luis Díaz. He's the third option. I think he should be their first option. Look, Nico Williams is an exceptional player. He's younger, he's explosive, he's fast, he's a better winger, but I think Marcus Rashford has much better ceiling. I think Marcus Rashford fits more anti-flick's tactical system, and player like Marcus Rashford playing in an offensive team that creates a lot of space and a lot of opportunities, I think he would flourish, and I think we would see Marcus Rashford maybe playing to his potential. We know him as a young player. He was supposed to be one of the best players in the Premier League. I don't forget what he has done at a young age in that Manchester United team. And for me, if Barcelona can pay those 40 million, and I think the fee is ridiculously low compared to Luis Díaz, for example, I think this will be a great fit, honestly. What about Mohamed Kudus, who's on the move to Tottenham? I think when I released the video, the move would have been even confirmed. This is a top deal from Tottenham. This is a top deal from Daniel Levy. I think Tottenham going for a confirmed player, Premier League player, someone who's really physically good, an exceptional ball carrier like Mohamed Kudus is a top deal. But I'm wondering, where would he play? Because he's also attracted by the central roles. He has said it that his best position is as a number 10. You have James Maddison in that role. You also have Dejan Kulusevski who can play that role. So is Mohamed Kudus going to start off the left and sort of climb in the middle? Like, I'm curious to see how Thomas Frank would use Mohamed Kudus, but I don't forget that despite his bad season last season, I'm sure there is a player, huge player to become in Mohamed Kudus. And for 50 million, I think it's a great deal, honestly, because his release cost was around 85 90 million. You have negotiated to 50 million. For me, I really think that's a great fit. What about Dominic Calvert-Lewin? I've seen rumors linking him to Manchester United. Is Dominic Calvert-Lewin the striker that Manchester United need? Of course not. He has been injured for the last few seasons. He has really put up one great season in Premier League, scoring more than 15 goals. So would we expect a Dominic Calvert-Lewin at 28 years old to come in this Manchester United side and play a big role? I don't think so. I think that Manchester United, if they have to go for those options, I would rather keep Rasmus Højlund and keep developing them. Joshua Zirkzee, keep developing a player like Joshua Zirkzee rather than going for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Even if he's free and he wouldn't cost anything, I don't think that's the right move for Manchester United. Another move that I've been seeing is Mark Guehi to Liverpool. Honestly, as a Liverpool fan, I think this is an underrated move. I think that's the move that maybe we won't talk more about, because if Liverpool sign him, who would come after Florian Wirtz, Jeremy Frimpong, Liverpool will maybe sign a striker also. So I feel that Mark Guehi will go unnoticed. But if you follow this channel, I've been talking about Mark Guehi a lot. He's 6'4", left-footed. For me, the best English centre back. He was the best player at the Euros, the best English player at the Euro. I've said it a lot of times. He's also a part of this Crystal Palace side that went and won the FA Cup, but he only has 1 year left on his contract, so that's why he's on the move this summer. And for a fee around 35 million to 40 million, I think that would be a great move for Liverpool, especially bringing him to replace a player like Jarrell Quansah, who's a young player with no experience. You're going for a player who's still young. He's only 24, but he's a leader. He's left-footed. He can be even the long-term success of Virgil van Dijk. It's almost, for me, a perfect fit for me. But I'll put it in great fit. Maybe I'll put it in perfect fit later. What about Rafael Leão to Bayern Munich? I've said it a lot. Rafael Leão, for me, I don't think he's made to play for bigger teams. I think he has great potential. Rafael Leão, on a day where he wants to play, there is few wingers who can compete with him, but that's where I think he has a playing style that doesn't fit big teams. And for me, seeing a big team like Bayern Munich going to pay 100 million, for me, that would be a wrong move. There is a lot of players that I would consider paying that fee rather than going for Rafael Leão. I would rather spend 40 million on a Malik Fofana rather than going for Rafael Leão. For me, I think that would be a wrong move to Bayern Munich, even if Bayern Munich need a wing. What about Şemsettin Talbi to Sunderland? Look, Sunderland are really doing great things this window. They have already bought Habib Diarra, they have bought Simon Adingra when I'm recording this video, and they are adding Şemsettin Talbi. They are also in negotiation for George Petkovic, the Chelsea goalkeeper. Şemsettin Talbi, I've discovered him this season in the Champions League. Really nice winger, great player, great exceptional ball carrier. I think he has potential, and I think this deal makes me think about Bilal Elhanos. When he came to the Premier League, no one really knew him, but we've seen rumors linking Bilal Elhanos to more Premier League teams now that Leicester has been relegated. I think Şemsettin Talbi would play for even a bigger team. With all the respect I have for Sunderland, I think he can play for even a bigger team. I thought that teams like Dortmund, like teams like Leipzig would be interested for him, but the fact that Sunderland signs him also speaks about the project that Sunderland, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Sunderland will do in the Premier League under a coach like Regis Levy, who trusts young players. So I'm curious to say it, but this really is a good addition for Sunderland. Şemsettin Talbi in the Premier League, I won't say it. What about Noni Madueke to Arsenal? Look, Arsenal fans, I want to hear your thoughts in the comments because I don't understand this deal. You've got Bukayo Saka, who's the second best winger in the Premier League. You've got Ethan Nelli, who's really a young player who we all rate. We think he has a huge potential. So that right wing role is locked up for years, I think. And you've got priorities like a striker. You need a left wing. I don't see Noni Madueke as a left winger. Noni Madueke's best season in the Premier League is 7 goals. Is that worth the 50 million you're going to pay? Are you going to play Noni Madueke as a left wing, which is not his best position? You know, I don't understand what Arsenal has with buying all the players that don't succeed at Chelsea, and you're also giving money to Chelsea, who are your rival technically. So again, I don't want to put all the Arsenal moves in the wrong move, but I don't see how this makes sense. For me, that's a wrong move. Noni Madueke to Arsenal. What about Nick Woltemade, the 6'7" striker? I've seen him at the Euros U21. What a player he is. It's an exceptional player, but this isn't Peter Crouch. He's really tall, but this isn't Peter Crouch. He has also great carrying skills. He can play as a pivot. He can do everything in attack. He can also play behind the striker. And apparently Bayern Munich, as they always do, they are linked to him, and they have apparently agreed terms with him. The fee, I don't think, will be a problem because Stuttgart won't ask a lot. I think the better for him would be to stay at Stuttgart for another season. But with the injury of Jamal Musiala, I think that attack needs bodies. With also Thomas Muller, player like Thomas Muller leaving, I think Harry Kane will not start every game, will not play every single minute. So having a player like Nick Woltemade who can play at his position and can also play on other roles in the attack, I think that's a good move. And I'm curious to see how it would work at Bayern. So for me, I think Nick Woltemade, depending on the fee, will be a great fit. But for now, I think he's in good addition. What about Christian Romero linked to Atletico Madrid? Apparently, Diego Simeone is keen on the player. Christian Romero would be interested in joining Atletico Madrid, but that's really unlikely. I don't see Daniel Levy selling, especially for a top player like Christian Romero. They have had a lot of issues in the defense, so why would they sell a player like Christian Romero, even if he has only, I think, 2 years left on his contract? I don't see Atletico Madrid paying the reportedly fee around 70 million. That's a lot, so that's unlikely. And the last rumor that we have on this list is Ethan Nwaneri to Chelsea. Apparently, Chelsea have asked about Ethan Nwaneri because Arsenal are going for Noni Madueke. There would be maybe an exchange to do. And we know that Ethan Nwaneri has only 1 year left on his contract. He's turning his contract now. He's turning his contract because he hasn't accepted a new deal. And potentially he would be on the move. So yeah, we know the Blue Coat strategy. And I think they would go for Ethan Nwaneri, but I don't think it would be a great career choice for him. I think that would be a poor decision making for him, because when you such a young age, you need to go for in a team that you will play consistently, and in that Chelsea team there is a lot of bodies in the attack and with around the same age as you, so you've got to go to a team that you will play week in, week out. So for me, that would be a wrong move for Ethan Nwaneri. So guys, I want you at home to let me know what you thought about this video. Is there a move that maybe deserves to be alongside Victor Gyökeres' move in the perfect move? I want you also to send me more transfer rumors so that I can keep doing these videos. I'll see you in the next one. Check it out.